Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and there's no better place to start than here. What you're looking at is a Cerebras AI chip versus an NVIDIA AI chip. That's what I'm talking about, and guess what? Cerebras is on the Link2 platform. That's my sponsor, linqto.com. They have filed for an IPO. My understanding is that when the Link2 has some left, and when they run out, they're not going to have any more Cerebras, so it's kind of the last chance. So you can download the app, or you can go to linqto.com. Check it out. We don't normally talk about hurricanes on this channel, but I thought this was not funny. I thought it was kind of like wild. Hurricane Milton now reaching max limit sparks calls for a new Category 6 designation for hurricanes. Category 6, this is nothing short of astronomical, this meteorologist says. I am at a loss for words to meteorologically describe the storm's small I in intensity. This hurricane is nearing the mathematical limit of what Earth's atmosphere over this ocean water can produce. And they're saying it's going to hit around Tampa. I just got off the phone with Mr. B, who lives in Orlando, a little up this way. He was preparing too. If you didn't know already, one of my guilty pleasures on this channel is to listen to the kid, Jack Mallers, the Bitcoin maxi. He makes me laugh at times. I think he's a smart guy, but at the same time, sometimes I think he goes a little off the reservation.
Satoshi Nakamoto asked for one thing from all of us, and that was to be left anonymous. That's it. This person did not ask for monetary compensation. They didn't want a Nobel Peace Prize. They didn't want to be listed on the Forbes list.
Well, that's because if he's not anonymous, all of a sudden it's a security, Jack. Because then you got that common enterprise, right?
They reiterated over and over and over again, they just wanted
That's why the government has to hide the fact that they know who the 4 Satoshis are, Jack.
Alone. And so for all of us that have benefited tremendously from this invention, or those that maybe haven't had as much an interest as those that are on this podcast or listen to this podcast, still just the decency of being a human to honor and acknowledge that one request and just leave the person alone.
Yeah, because if you don't honor that one request, if you don't keep reinforcing the lie that they don't know who Satoshi is, the whole thing falls apart. Because the second that you know who the 4 Satoshis are that Homeland Security met with, all of a sudden Bitcoin, it doesn't have anything that all the rest of the digital assets have. That's why these guys are so terrified of this concept. That's why that documentary that's coming out today, if it ends with the same kind of stuff, oh, well, here's our theory on who it is, so that it's nothing but another theory of who it is and nobody can really nail it down and all that. If that's what it is, it's nothing but the same government that created Bitcoin in the first place, continuing the propaganda as needed. If they didn't look into the video where Homeland Security, with an agent with a name who still works out of Nashville, if they didn't look into that video to go put a microphone in her face, who are these 4 Satoshis you met with? It's all BS, okay?
So out of respect for the person that could have changed my life the most of anyone ever, I will not entertain doxing them and violating their one request, period.
You will not, because you don't want to dox your investment. That's why you won't, because it will destroy it.
It does not get any more fiat than a journalistic publication in the mainstream trying to dox and harass Satoshi Nakamoto for self-interested benefits is anti-Bitcoin.
This is so pitiful. Folks, do you realize, think out loud about what this guy's saying. What he's saying is, all right, Wall Street, all you got ETFs, all you people that are going to get your clients, financial advisors, you're going to get your clients to invest in this thing. It's not important who created it, even though it could be North Korea, it could be a terrorist, it could be someone who's withholding the however much Satoshi Nakamoto holds. It could be somebody that's holding that back to wait for all you Wall Street people to get in and then destroy it and tank it overnight. That doesn't matter, according to the kid.
I will not stand for it. I will protect and honor Satoshi Nakamoto's one request to me and all of us is to leave them alone and protect their identity. I don't care who they are, and I don't ever want to know who they are.
What if it's Jeffrey Epstein, a pedophile? You don't care? What if it's P. Diddy? What if P. Diddy created it? Do you not care then? I mean, what are you talking about? You don't care.
Moreover than that, also, on a broader topic.
All right, we'll stop there. But I saw this graphic going around today. It said caption this, and it's got a bunch of sheep walking towards slaughter, I guess. U.S. government, we don't know who Satoshi is, although Homeland Security met with the 4 of them, but Bitcoin is a commodity, because we said so. Invest in Bitcoin. That's what it reminds me of. Now, today, Crypto Lawman, Meta Lawman, Crypto Law, which is John Deaton's law firm, they're going to have Meta Lawman on, and they're going to be talking about the Ripple, the SEC appeal of the Ripple lawsuit. That's going to be, what time? 3 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be interesting. Now, Crypto.com has now filed a lawsuit against the SEC because they received a Wells notice. This is the same thing, if you remember, this is the same thing that Consensus from ETHgate fame did. The exchange says it's suing the SEC because it has unilaterally expanded its jurisdiction beyond statutory limits and established an unlawful rule that trades in nearly all crypto assets or securities transactions, no matter how they are sold. All right, Smoke has been on fire today. I've been watching his tweets going by. Here's one of them. This is the United Nations. Let me see who. The clip is from a webinar hosted by the United Nations Capital Development Fund.
Is all of the existing networks, and this is kind of what it would look like. It's not a new system, but it connects existing systems. So no matter whether it is incumbents like Swift, Visa, MasterCard, or some of the newer networks like Ripple, Stellar, Celo, a payment should be able to go from one to another. So we see this happening in 3 phases. The first is account addressing. So this is a global directory that would allow you to address a payment in the same way you have an email address. The second is tokenized compliance, reducing or rather finding efficiencies in compliance to reduce the cost. And the third is real-time settlement of funds.
Okay, and then we have, this is also from Smoke, the October 2024 World Economic Forum document on digital asset regulations highlights key contributors. Check them out. Here's the contributors. Digital Assets Regulation, October 2024. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple, Steering Committee, Working Group reviewers. There's somebody from Hedera. There's somebody from Ripple. Then we've got Sam, who was this from Ripple, by the way? Lauren Belive. Sam Drayman from Ripple, Policy and Government Relations. Candace Kelly from Stellar. Ross McKay, Casper Labs. Mrinal Manohar, Casper Labs. John Nahas, Avalanche. Let's see who else we got, if anybody. There's 2 more from Casper Labs and Avalanche. Folks, this is kind of my thought pattern, how it's been all along on this whole crypto thing, and that is it's really kind of common sense. The digital assets that I keep seeing pop up side by side with governments and people that are in power, those are the ones I pay attention to. I don't care about meme coins. That's a bunch of garbage. I don't care about any of this stuff that's just the next coin that some Yahoo came up with. If I can't find some kind of nexus with highly powerful people, I'm not interested. That's the reason I've been talking about Ripple and XRP all these years. I didn't just pick some random thing out of the sky. Here, by the way, this is also from Smoke. This is Marcus Treacher. This is an older video. He's no longer with Ripple, but listen to this.
We configured our technology in a way that really fits the problem of cross-border payment stability very, very well. So for the cross-border payment challenge, we've created an open internet model. We call the idea interledger. So interledger, like the internet, supports our Ripple technology globally. And that model does not require a single universal common blockchain. It requires a very open blockchain interconnectivity. And that means that the volume is theoretically infinite. In fact, the internet never runs out of capacity. Elements do, but the internet still works because it's inherently decentralized. So Ripple is the same. Through a decentralized model, it is infinitely scalable. Supporting that, we have our liquidity proposition, which uses XRP, and that's a classic blockchain. But XRP was designed from the outset for transacting. So unlike the likes of Bitcoin, which is like very slow and slows down as you continue to build on volume, the XRP model is very, very, very high speed and very high capacity. So the liquidity part is very adequately served by the XRP model. The wider network we're creating, where if you're really going to create something of value for the 7 billion people in the world, or 9 billion by 2050, you've got to have a very open internet type model. And that's what we have with our ex-current RippleNet model.
Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. In DAIXRP.com, there is an X47, you know, that first attempt, there's an X47 revelation. It's something we talked about before, but now they've got something. It's a revelation that's very interesting. There's also a video. The other thing I can't really say out here, I'm just going to say there's a video that I think you'll find interesting about what's really been going on in this country, or a theory on what's really been going on. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.